Good morning and welcome to Sky News coverage of election campaign 2013. This morning, Kevin Rudd starts day 4 of the election campaign in Sydney. Opposition leader Tony Abbott is in Launceston, targeting the marginal seat of Bass, held by the Labor Party at this point, but the Liberals well and truly are confident of picking that one up, possibly Braddon as well in northern Tasmania. First of all, let's look at what's on Kevin Rudd's agenda. Tom Connell is on the campaign trail with Mr. Rudd and filed this report.
Day 4 of the campaign sees Kevin Rudd for the second day in a row here in Sydney, and the smart money again is on him visiting Western Sydney in any number of key marginal seats. Yesterday it was Greenway. Today he could well target Reid. That's held by a long-time supporter of Kevin Rudd, John Murphy. He'll be hoping to be rewarded for his support even before Kevin Rudd resumed as Prime Minister. Another key seat is Lindsay. That's held by David Bradbury by a wafer-thin margin. He was a supporter of Julia Gillard, but he'll be hoping Kevin Rudd's return can help him retain that seat. It is a bit of a bellwether seat. In fact, it's been held by the government every time since its inception in 1984. Following the Kevin Rudd campaign trail, Tom Connell for Sky News.
And as Tom said, Labor defending a whole string of marginal seats across Western Sydney. Another very important battleground which sometimes is overlooked in looking at this looming election is Tasmania. At one stage when Julia Gillard was Prime Minister, Labor feared losing all of its seats there. Now at least 2 are well and truly in play. Here's Laura J. She's in Launceston with Tony Abbott.
Asylum seeker policy was always going to be a key election issue, but for the first time this campaign, it's been thrust into the spotlight. Tony Abbott, as he arrived in Tasmania, called a special media conference to announce and highlight the latest boat arrival carrying 67 asylum seekers and marking the 50,000th that have arrived under Labor.
Our country has passed a terrible milestone. We have had today the 50,000th illegal arrival by boat since Mr. Rudd changed the border protection policies that worked.
Asylum seekers isn't a huge issue in Tasmania, but there is the Pontfield Detention Centre, which remains a bone of contention. Cost of living is something that everyone, including Tasmanians, are concerned about, and Tony Abbott will be campaigning on that. Now, he's come here to Launceston, and it's no mistake either. The seat of Bass is very much at play here, and just an hour away, Braddon too, near Devonport. Now, Liberal Party insiders tell me that Bass is almost a certainty, Braddon less so, but still it's no mistake that Tony Abbott has been a frequent visitor to this island state over the last few months.